Hello, this is Purple Rosa, and in this housing ideas and tips video, I'm going to show you some different and creative things that you can make by using the Clockwork style furniture items. I'm moving into this because in my Grand Stygic Villa, which I am currently in, I made a Clockwork laboratory and I branched the rest of the house around that, as in the laboratory I made a big clockwork type power magic kind of machine. So the rest of the house is built around that, like with the power, and I got pipes and that around. So in the kitchen here I made a clockwork style grill. This is just a simple grill that I've made using two of the Clockwork Furnaces. So if you're not aware, these Clockwork Furnaces are pretty big, and I will just bring it up for you. So these furnaces are craftable in game, and I have used quite a few of them in my house, as with the pipes you can build them on top of each other, which I will show you later on in this video. But yes, I've used two of these furnaces. As you saw, I had one on the side, as the inside bit here, which is there, is perfect to put your grill in there. And I put one on the wall upside down because it works perfect, like with the villa here. It has that indent in the wall, and that fit well in there. And with the pipe, just get on top of it here, it makes it look like it's a functional machine type thing. And because with the hole there it looked a bit weird, and I wanted some movement to go with it, like with this Clockwork Fan here, I added that in. This Clockwork Fan, sorry, the Clockwork Vent, is a craftable furniture item in game, I think. I bought a couple of these from guild stores, so I wanted to add some moving machine type thing. So I was originally going to add this fan on the roof like that to suck up the smoke from the grill. You can do that if you want to, but I instead put the fan in there because it completes the overall look of the grill and adds that movement in the center there with the fan, and it could still act as sucking up the smoke and whatever from the grill here. So what also makes these Clockwork Furnaces perfect to use as a grill is they have this little dial or button here which could work to turn the grill on and off. But on this side here, just to add some extra button to the machine, I put a Clockwork Switch Sturdy. Kind of sunk it into the ground a bit, as it fits on the side of the machine there perfectly. And for the actual grill itself, I used a scavenge grating narrow, which is from the Clockwork City Home Goods furniture vendor, which fits perfectly with a grill because of the grating style that it has. And I just put it over the hole there and it fits well. And for the actual fire in the grill, I just used something on hand that I had at the time, which was the Orcish Brazier Smoulding. You don't have to use this, you can use any other fire that you want and just put it in there as the fire will fit nicely in there. So that's the simple grill that I made for my kitchen. You can of course add other pipes like the Clockwork Pipes or the Dwarven Pipes to make it look more elaborate, but I like how this looks because it's just a simple design and it'll work well in any kitchen. So I am now just outside the Clockwork laboratory I have set up. It is through that door right here, but I don't want to show you it until I do the tour as I want to keep it a surprise. But these Clockwork Furnaces, which I used before for the grill that I made in my kitchen, work well around your house with the pipes on it, and that you can turn it upside down and put a light in it. These lights are the Clockwork Illuminators. They are craftable in game, as well as these furnaces. And as I said before, you can stack these on top of each other. I'll just get in here because there's more space. So I'll put that on there and I'll grab this second one. So yes, you'll be able to build these on top of each other as the hole in them is perfect for the pipes to fit like that. You can of course move it back. I'm mentioning this because with my machine in the laboratory I did layer the furnaces on top of each other like this, as the pipe of the bottom one fits well in the hole of the top one there. So you will be able to layer a few of these on top of each other if you want to and make some grand machine and put fans or pipes or these moving gear parts in them. Some of these moving gears are craftable in game, I think. Maybe not those big ones, but the smaller, like these ones. These are the smaller ones. They should be craftable in game, as I think I bought some of these smaller ones from guild stores. But it's hard to remember because I did buy the Sothasil furniture pack when it was available a while ago, and it came with a bunch of these pipes and that moving machinery with it, which I've been able to use in this house. So yeah, these furnaces are great to stack on top of each other because they're like a machine in itself with the piping and that in them. You can pretend that power or stuff is moving through them, and you can add those wall machineries in them as they fit well. So if you do like a multi-layered big machine or something else entirely, you can add these moving machine parts in it and make a small steampunk type machine or even a big one. So these furnaces work great if you want to make something like that. So yes, they're great in that regard and putting lights in, because rather than just having the lights like these ones here come out the wall themselves like that, you can actually have them in the Clockwork Furnaces to make it look like some elaborate powered light. So yeah, there's plenty of different clockwork type machines that you can get. I'm in the Furniture Crown store right now, but most of these are craftable in-game. Like this charging station. You can get a couple of these, and like you can have one on this side, and if you have a second one, you can put another one on this side and make like an enclosed engine type thing. It's up to you. Or these other contraptions. This actually dispenses the food, but it's all about looking at what they could be used for, not what they are used for. So this, for example, you can attach to your machine or contraption that you want to make, and it just adds that extra feel that it is a machine, and whatever it may do, it just makes it look more like a steampunk type machine. And you can make a story behind it on what the machine does. And this pump is sadly only a Crown Store item, but I got one of these with the Soth the Seal furniture pack and used it in my grand machine in my laboratory. And yeah, it's great because it's got moving parts, and if you do use this and get one or two from the Crown Store, you can combine them however you want and make some interesting grand machine. Same with these moving pipes here. This recharging column here I think is only a Crown Store furniture item, and it's used for recharging factotums, but when I look at this item, it could be like a central battery chamber to store power, or as a main column for some grand machine that you might want to make. Same with these spheres. If you've done the Clockwork City DLC story, you'll know that Soth the Seal uses these to make the Fabricants. Sadly, this Fabricant Sphere is only a Crown Store furniture item, but I already have the idea of using these with this to make some grand powered Fabricant machine. But there's also these Fabricant Tanks. These are an achievement furniture item which you can use to hook up to your machines or anything. It actually has a Fabricant in it and it's pulsing there. But moving on, there was some other machinery here. I've shown the furnace already. The Octagonal Fan, which is perfect for any machine, as it could act as air filtration or whatever. And yeah, you got these moving machinery walls, which don't have to be put exactly onto walls. If you make a grand machine, like I've seen some people make airships, you can use these with the airships. And there's also the Clockwork, whatever this one is, I don't know how to pronounce that properly. But in my laboratory, I've sunk this in the ground a bit and put my mount on it, and I'll show you that. I'm going to go in my lab, but I'm not going to show you it in its entirety. So I've sunk that in the ground and have the mount on it, as it could be where you'd repair this Dwarven mount or fix it or power it up. And I know you glanced this before. Behind me is my grand machine, which I'm not going to show you, but I will show you this. This grand nemograph was from the Sothastil furniture pack, and it fits perfectly as the center of this room to like help power up my machine. But you're probably wondering what the pulsing thing inside it is, and it is simply the replica cursed Orb of Meridia. This is an achievement furniture item from the Undaunted vendor at the Undaunted tent. You can get it when you complete one of the Wrathstone dungeons. I believe it's Depths of Maltar. So this one has a few different modes. The mode it's on now is the pulsing mode. It's got a deactive mode, so it's got the blue mode, the purple mode, the red mode, the yellow greenish colour, and the pulsing mode, which I prefer to use with this machine because it just adds that higher level that it is a magic type powered machine. And the Cursed Orb of Meridia will work perfect in Clockwork or Dwarven type machine that you want to make because it adds this nice effect to it. So yes, there's lots of Clockwork things that you can use and Dwarven structures to make a grand machine, like this one here with the moving parts on it. It is a light, but think beyond that, and with the pipe here and the moving machine, you can use it to make something new and different yourself. This one I think is only a furniture crown store item as well, but these other lights are craftable. Same with these ones. And this one is only a furniture crown store one I think as well, but it is cheap. So you could combine these to make some interesting looking machine. And these tables and desks, like this workbench here, is a furniture crown store only item. But as you can see, it has pipes underneath it. So if you wanted to, you could put like a machine or whatever on top of that. Even the tables, they are nice and big, and I think they have pipes under it. I will just grab one of the tables that I have in here to show you, as I do have a couple. So yeah, it kind of has a pipe in there. It's about looking at the item and using it not for what it is intended for, but what it could be, and you can make some interesting machine yourself. And as I said before, there's not only the Clockwork pipes, but there's the, like these moving pipes and that, but there's the Dwarven pipes that you can use to combine with your Clockwork style machine. This one especially, it is craftable in game, but I have noticed it is getting expensive. But it is a turbine, but I've used two up here as like power stations. to store power to power the lights and that in here. And I just added some Fires of the Wilder King in there to give it that bluish glow. The Fires of the Wilder King being an achievement furniture item. And yes, with the Dwarven Pipes and that, some of these pipes I got with the Dwarven Piping Pack, which was available a while ago, but they took it down from the Crown store sadly, so you can no longer get it. There's one thing I forgot to mention as well, and that is the Dwarven Tonal Arc. These are an achievement furniture item from the Undaunted vendor, which you can get from, which you'll be able to purchase when you complete the Frostvault dungeon, I think. So these are nice and big. I can't place it as I don't have any furniture slots, but I'll just take these carpets out so I can show you. So yes, these tonal arcs are nice and big, and I've seen someone else space them apart like this and put these moving pipes between them to make like an interesting type machine. And I've used some of these with my grand machine in there, which you will see when I do the house tour video. So you'll be able to combine these to make some interesting type machine. Like you can combine them like that and use a few more and have like a core or something in the middle. And yes, you can combine them sideways like this and join them just roughly like that. I know that's not perfect, but you get the idea. And you can combine them by adding multiple or other machines in the middle. These tonal arcs have many uses, so it's just about looking at the different clockwork and dwarven furniture items. Like with this Clockwork Orrery, this was a luxury vendor item, but as you can see I added a fan there just to add some movement to this machine. It's all about adding that level of ambience to these Clockwork and Dwarven style contraptions and machines and making them seem functionable. So just be creative with how you make your clockwork style machines. I know I should have shown you my big clockwork machine, which is in my laboratory at the back there, but I might do a separate video on it and showing you what I used and how I put it together. So that's it for this one. I hope these ideas help you make some interesting looking machine. So I will see you around. Thank you for watching.